Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you and tell you how to keep buttons from falling off. And this will be a tutorial, so let's get right into this instructional video. As you can see right here, I have a button, and this is just one example. This is actually a really old shirt. This shirt's got to be like close to 10 years old, maybe. Something like that, maybe, I don't know. Between 5 and 10 years old for sure. Okay, and I've worn it many times, and these buttons actually haven't fallen off. But I have had in the past other shirts where the buttons have fallen off, and you know, it's a little bit of a pain because, you know, you want to get a matching button to sew it back on, especially if it's a shirt that has multiple buttons and it's noticeable if it's in the middle, if a button falls off and you're like, okay, now I can't wear this shirt. But there are things you can do to prevent the buttons from falling off. And there's one thing in specific that I'm going to show you, okay? Now, if you look here, the reason a button falls off, for the most part, is because of the threads. So I'm going to try and get into focus. You can see right here, there are the threads that hold the button in place. Now, they're sewn on, but generally speaking, if those threads fail, if even some of those threads fail, then the button's going to become loose, which makes it more prone to getting looser, which makes it more prone to falling off. Once those threads fail, it's sort of like game over. It's just like an amount of time before it's going to fall off for the most part. There's something you can do to prevent your buttons from falling off, and you can do this easily, okay? All that you need is clear nail polish. What I have here is my wife's clear nail polish. I went and dug this out of her nail polish drawer before I left the house this morning, okay? And before I came to this side street to film this video. But essentially, what we have here is clear nail polish. Now, what clear nail polish can do is if you take out the applicator, okay, and this is just one example. I don't know the brand here, whatever. This is just one example of clear nail polish. It's like some nail polish on here. It's a little bit dirty at the bottom. Anyways, this is just one example of clear nail polish. You can use any clear nail polish. But essentially, if you take out the applicator, okay, and you paint that clear nail polish onto the button, what it's going to do is it's going to act as a seal for those threads and make it less likely to fall off. Does it mean that the button will never fall off? No, but it means it will keep it from falling off. It will prevent it from falling off. It will give it a longer lifespan. It's likely to give it a longer lifespan because the nail polish will act as a seal for those threads and keep them nice and intact. It'll join the threads together as well, which makes the thread ability stronger, okay? And also will seal the button towards the threads a little bit, which will just strengthen it as a whole. It just makes it stronger. Now, I do have to say this, okay? I do have to say this. There's a little caveat towards the end that you have to understand. When you are putting clear nail polish on the button and the threads, it might affect the look of the button and the threads, okay? Meaning this, I don't know, it might become glossy, right? So you have to accept that. Like, I don't want you to paint your clear nail polish on the button threads and the button itself, and then you're like, oh, it looks so shiny. It might look shiny. It might look glossy. It depends. The more clear nail polish you apply, the more likely it is to change the look of it. So what I would recommend is choose an inconspicuous button to start with. If you're going to contemplate doing this, choose a button that's sort of like hidden and see how it affects that button in terms of the look of it. And if you're okay with that, then you can go and try with other buttons. But always keep in mind that there is a tiny little risk in terms of the fact that the clear nail polish will it might affect the look of the button. But it will seal it. It will make it stronger, will make it have a longer lifespan, most likely. But it'll also most likely affect the look of it. So you have to just be sure that you're okay with that caveat, okay? And that's basically it. There's nothing else I gotta say. Hopefully you can use this method to keep your buttons from falling off. And that's it. If you like this video tutorial, please be sure, before I finish, I'm not gonna demonstrate it because like I said, these buttons have been on here for a long time. I've worn this shirt many times. I don't even know. I would say I've probably maybe worn this shirt hundreds of times maybe. And the buttons are still perfectly fine. Okay, as you can see. So basically I'm not gonna, demonstrate and paint the clear nail polish on here. But yeah, I told you how to do it. It's pretty straightforward. Take the applicator and just paint it on top like that. You could do one coat, you could do multiple coats. That's up to you and your discretion. But that's truly it. I really have nothing else to say. Hopefully you liked it. So yeah, I got nothing else to say. If you like this video tutorial, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.